In this video, I want to demonstrate how to use the hole wizard to add this clearance hole as shown here. So first I'm going to Control Tab back to my other document. And we need a plane to create the hole in. So we're going to work from the right offset plane. I'm going to pre-select it. And when creating hole wizard holes, especially when you're first learning SOLIDWORKS, always select a face or a plane first. Otherwise you might get a hole that you put crooked through your part, which you really don't want. So now with the plane selected, I'm going to come up to the hole wizard and I'm going to turn it on. There's two tabs for the hole wizard. Typically we first set up the type of hole and then we set the position. And it could be one position as I'm going to do for this part or numerous positions. So I want to walk you through what to expect here. Here we have 9 different hole types: counterbored, countered sunk, just plain old drilled or reamed holes, tapped holes, NPT tapped holes, or when none of those will work, a legacy hole, design your own. We also have slots, counterbored slots, countered sunk slots, and just straight slots. For this particular hole, I want just a drilled hole. So I'm going to select hole, and then I'm going to come down and choose which standard I want to work with. I want to work with the ANSI inch. The type of hole is I do want a dowel hole, but I have all these choices. So I'm going to choose dowel hole. Then I'm going to come down to the hole specification. I'm going to choose the drop down menu and find my size, and I want a 1/16 hole. If I want, I can turn on the checkbox to show the custom size and override it, but I would strongly encourage you not to unless you have to, because an overridden hole size will not be a standard size, and that's going to add to the cost of your part. Next, I keep scrolling down. I tell it what's the end condition. Well, I want my hole to go completely through this part, so I'm going to choose through all. We have our typical extrusion end conditions here, so I'll leave it at through all. I can also add a near side and a far side countersink. However, because I'm working with a curved surface, I won't turn those on. The next thing I want to do, because I made it a dowel hole, I'm just going to scroll down a little bit more. I want to look at the call out here. I'm going to use the diameter call out. I want to fit with tolerance. And these are my options, same tolerancing options we had with any dimensioning. I'll say fit with tolerance. It will be a clearance hole, and I'm going to choose the size as an H6. I'm doing a hole, not the shaft. So I'm going to continue to scroll down, and here I want to set the decimal place precision. So I'm going to tell it I would like 4 decimal place precision, and that the tolerance should be the same as the hole call out or the nominal dimension. Again, if I'm doing just a fit, I can put the values here. So now that I've set up the type of hole, my next step is to go to the Position tab, and you'll notice that I'm creating points. So I'm just going to look normal to this. Everywhere I click, that's where the SOLIDWORKS will create this hole wizard hole. So what I want to do is actually put it on the center of this edge. So if I hover over this edge, you'll notice how it goes orange, and the center of that edge shows up. So I'll come and I'll click on the center. And it down here tells me it's fully defined, which is what I want. I only want one hole. I'm going to go back to the isometric view. I get the preview where I can see it going through the entire part. So I'm going to accept that, and I've created that hole wizard hole. So if I come over here and expand it, you'll see every hole wizard hole has 2 sketches. The first one is the position sketch, and the second one is the revolve cut that will be used to create the hole, and I can also see my tolerance here on the hole. If I'm not happy with it, like any SOLIDWORKS feature, I can select it and I can edit the feature and make the changes I want. I'm just going to close that. Or if the position's wrong, I can just edit the position sketch and add or remove holes as required or redimension them as required. So that's a quick look at a hole wizard hole.